Long ago, in the peaceful village of Iluade, the people lived in harmony. They farmed, fished, and honored the gods of their ancestors. But their peace was shattered when Baba Taju, a powerful and wicked sorcerer, rose to power. Baba Taju was feared by all. His beads of power hung heavy around his neck, their dark energy pulsing with every step he took. His voice could shake the ground, and his eyes burned like flaming coals when angered. He did not rule as a leader should, but was a tyrant. He would take whatever he wanted, whether land, food, animal, or people, and anyone who opposed him will vanish without a trace. One time, whispers spread through the village like the wind. Did you hear that Baba Taju sent his men to take Kemi's son and also burnt their hut because Kemi refused to be his wife? He is such a wicked ruler, another said. Therefore, fear became a language the villagers knew, and silence their only protection. In the midst of this darkness, a girl named Aisha was born. From the moment she opened her eyes, the village knew she was different. Her hazel eyes held a glow unlike any they had seen. The village seer, Mama Olakunle, bent over the infant and declared, "This child carries the gift of sight, and she will change the fate of the people of Iluade." Aisha grew up with the visions of the future. At sea, she told her mother, "The rain will fall before the sun sets." And though the sky was clear, before evening, dark clouds rolled in, and a heavy downpour drenched the village. At another time, she predicted that a cow would give birth to twin calves, an event so rare that the villagers marveled when it happened. But the day that sealed her fate was when she had warned Adamu, the fisherman, not to sail out to the river. "A great storm is coming," she had said. Adamu listened, and when the storm struck that night, he sang praises of her gifts before the entire village, and his words carried far, reached the ears of Baba Taju. Sitting in his shrine, Baba Taju listened as Sheun, his most trusted god, spoke of the girl who could see the future. A slow, wicked smile crept across his face as he said, "She has the power I need." With Aisha's sight, he would see every threat before it arrived and would never be caught off guard. And then he would be undefeated, he said to Sheun. That night, under the cover of darkness, Baba Taju crept into Aisha's home. Her parents sleeping soundly, unaware of the danger lurking in their huts. He smeared a sleeping potion on them and scooped her into his arms. Not a single soul stirred as he vanished into the forest, carrying the future of Iluade with him. For days he traveled deep into the wilderness, finally locking Aisha in a dark cave. From that moment, he proclaimed himself the greatest seer in the land. He used Aisha's gift to predict wars, famine, and fortunes. Kings and warriors sought him out, offering him gold, land, and slaves in exchange for his prophecies. Meanwhile, Aisha remained a prisoner. "Your parents gave you to me," Baba Taju lied to her. "They feared your curse and wanted me to keep you safe. The world doesn't understand your power, child, so only I can protect you," he would always say to her. Alone and frightened, Aisha had no choice but to believe him. Each time he demanded a vision, he claimed it was for her own good. "Tell me what you see, Aisha," he would say. And if she ever refused, he would leave her in the dark without food or water. Years passed and Aisha's name faded from the hearts of the village. But her sorrow never really left her heart. One fateful day, a young warrior named Malik wandered deep into the forest, hunting a leopard. As he tracked his prey, he saw something unusual. A flicker of light behind a wall of rocks. He ignored it at first, but when he returned that night, he saw Babataju entering into the cave. His heart began to pound, for he had heard the stories of the cave, but no one had ever dared enter Babataju's cave or tell his whereabouts. He became curious and wanted to find out what was in that cave. Malik used the next couple of days to observe how Babataju and his men moved and worked. When he had learned his routine, he waited for Babataju and his men to go out before creeping into the cave. He continues observing the cave until he stumbled on Aisha. Startled, he asked, "Who are you?" Aisha shrank back, her voice trembling, screamed, "Go away!" But instead of leaving, Malik goes closer and asks her softly, "Who are you and why are you in chains?" Aisha, still scared, said, "Leave now, for if he finds you here, he will kill you." "Who will kill me?" he asked. "Babataju." Immediately he said that, Aisha trembled. "Please, just leave here for your own good." Malik held his hands up and said, "Don't worry. I made sure he and his men left before coming. He is going for a coronation in a neighboring town, and he left with his guards because he believes no one will ever have the nerve to enter the sacred cave of death." "Sacred cave of death?" Aisha asked. "Yes, the sacred cave of death. It has been rumored that everyone that had ever tried entering the cave, aside Babataju and Sheun, his trusted guard, had ended up dying. So, tell me, who are you and why are you here?" And for the first time in years, Aisha said, "My name is Aisha," sending shivers down her spine as she spoke her name. Malik's eyes widened with shock. "Aisha, the seer girl who was taken?" He had been a child when she had vanished, but he remembered the stories very well. At this point, everything began to make sense, and he said with urgency, "You must leave this place." Aisha shook her head and said, "I can't. He will find me." But Malik was not one to give up. Day after day he returned, bringing her food and whispering words of comfort, telling her about the world beyond the cave. Slowly, her fears of him began to fade. One night when the moon was full, he placed a hand over hers and said, "You do not belong here, Aisha. Let me help you leave, please." Tears welled in her eyes. She said, "What if I don't know how to be free?" He said back to her, "Then I will teach you." That night, he scattered the chains that had bound her for years, and with the moonlight guiding their step, they fled into the forest. Babataju's trusted guard, Sheun, goes to give Aisha food amidst her absence. He burst into Babataju's shrine, panting heavily. "Master, the girl, she is gone." Babataju's eyes darkened with anger and he screamed, "What?" Just then, a guard walks in and said, "We just saw Malik, Iluade's warrior, running into the forest with a girl. Babataju's rage shook the earth as he said, "Find her, and I will deal with all of you later." His men spread across the forest with light burning through the night in search of Malik and Aisha. Malik and Aisha ran breathless, their feet pounding against the earth. And just as they reached Malik's home, the door burst open. Babataju's men dragged Aisha away, their grip like that of an iron. People gathered as they watched the drama. Babataju spun his lies, saying, "This girl has stolen my bits of power. She has cursed our land." But Aisha, gathering courage, said, "I have stolen nothing. Please let me go." Everyone watched in silence as no one dared question Babataju. "How dare you speak?" he screamed at her. And as he held her to hit her, the sky darkened and there was a heavy downpour. Aisha immediately screamed at the villagers to leave their houses and move with her to the hill, as this was not just a downpour but a flood waiting to happen. The villagers, confused, stood still until Malik screamed at them to do exactly what she said, telling them that she was Aisha, the lost seer girl. At this realization, the villagers began to run and follow her. The flood separated Babataju and his men as if orchestrated by the gods. And for the 5 market days that the flood lasted, Malik and Aisha spoke to the villagers about her ordeal. When the land was dried and everyone was returning, Babataju had tipped and tried to grab Aisha in desperation. But Malik, seeing this, blocked him, and so their battle began. Blow for blow they fought, until finally, with one swift strike, Malik shattered Babataju's beads, which held his power. Babataju screamed, crashing to the ground. And as this happened, his men fled in different directions. The villagers seized him, binding him in the very chains he had used to imprison Aisha, and locked him up in the same cave where he had once kept her, sealing him inside forever. Aisha, free at last, chose to stay in Iluade. They built her a new home where she could live in peace and use her gifts not for power but for good, guiding the people with wisdom and kindness. She had learned that Babataju had killed her parents when her mother had confronted him for having a hand in her disappearance. But with time, Aisha's wound, both inside and outside, began to heal. She started using her gifts not for fear, but for the good of the people. She warned them of droughts and wars and helped them prepare for hard times. And in all this was Malik, standing beside her, the warrior who had freed the hidden seer. And so, they both led with love and integrity. The seer who was hidden became the ruler of Iluade.